Hey guys, what's going on? So today I have an update on the 1993 Regal for you, but first I wanted to get a couple of shout outs out of the way. The first guy I wanted to shout out is, I don't know if he wanted me to say his name or not, I can't remember, it's been a little bit since he made the donation to my channel, but his name is William, and he made a money donation as well as some rims and tires, specifically 15-inch tires, or 15-inch rims, and obviously the tires that came with it. The tires that came with it, you know, they're pretty bald. They were worn on one side, but that's okay. I got plenty of these tires, but those rims are really going to come in handy. So thank you, and obviously the cash donation that was made is going to this car, going towards this car for motor mounts and other stuff like that. Maybe payment towards the car to pay it off. And thank you once again to him. Thank you, Will. So the second shout I wanted to make was to the Covey boys. They lended me their fuel tank, fuel cell I should say, for this car, fuel pump and a fuel cell. I just needed to make a few modifications, that way I can get my stuff in there, on there, so that way I can run it exactly the way I want to, and obviously they're going to get it back the way they had it. So thank you guys once again for that, and hopefully it'll work out good for me. So let's get into this car, shall we? We got a lot to talk about. It's going to be kind of a long video. I'm going to try to make it quick. I know I'm kind of talking fast here. I'm going to try to make this a quick video. So, or a quicker video. Wiring. A lot of people are kind of asking me, why don't you run a simplified harness for these GMs, specifically these 3100s and the 3.1 and the 3.8? Well, that one, because they're all different. Not completely. I mean, a lot of the wiring is the same, but different computers. So different connectors to the computers. You got different connectors throughout the motor a little bit. There's different variations and stuff like that, and the length of those wires to go to certain things. There's a lot of differences throughout these years, and that's because this is a multi-port fuel injection motor and runs off a different computer, and the newer one, the 3100, is a sequential fuel injection, and that also runs off a separate computer, and they actually changed computers through the years. So a lot of differences. If I was swapping motors and stuff like that, of course I'd be using a simplified harness and just taking it out of one car and putting in another, and taking it out of one car, putting in another. I can make a simplified harness through this. Not terribly hard to do, but the thing is that I'm a cheap bastard. That's one. So I don't generally buy something unless I absolutely need it. And right now, I see no reason that I absolutely need a simplified harness. I really haven't ran into that many electrical issues throughout the years. A lot of people are like, well, you know, electrical issues. Well, the thing is that I have physical issues with tires and stuff like that. That stuff I need to get figured out. But with as far as the motor goes in runnability, other than when my mass airflow or my air neck came off and my mass airflow was still connected, yeah, that's not technically, that's still a physical issue. Once that MAF got unplugged and it learned off of tables, it was fine. But the problem is that it stayed plugged in. So that was a whole separate issue. And some people run without a mass airflow sensor. I typically try to run with a mass airflow sensor because that initial, when it's cold and initially, it's going to run like garbage and it might even stall out. You don't want to be stalling out in that first few minutes. That's going to leave you to be quite a target, especially around here with the hard hitting. Especially when it first starts up, there's a lot of hard hitting. And yeah, you don't want to be a sitting duck for that. So anyway, back to it. This wiring, I don't know if some of you guys thought I may have been getting scared by the wiring in this short I had made. If you guys saw that, I made a little, you know, I don't know what you call it, meme, gif, whatever you want to call it at that point. Just of me pretending to cry when I saw the wiring the way it was. But guys, I'm not scared of this at all. This does not scare me, because I know what this wires go to. I know what this goes to. I know what this goes to. I know what these go to. This goes to this, and you know, it's all there, and I know what it goes to. The thing is that you have to realize that I also use all data. All data is a very, very good tool to have. And when you learn how to read wiring diagrams, as much as you can read them, if you know how to go through wiring diagrams and all that stuff, you're set. I mean, you're good, as long as the wiring diagrams are correct. And sometimes all data can be a little bit off with their wiring diagrams, so you got to be careful about that. But that's all probably stuff you guys, I don't know how many of you actually use wiring diagrams, but I'm just going to say that for sure. Now, would I recommend to the everyday Joe to cut wires on their derby car regardless of make or model? No, I probably wouldn't. If you don't know what they're going to and you don't know what it is, do not cut it. Or splice it, or, you know, twist them together and then leave them against bare metal. I mean, you're asking for issues. I use solder. I use, you know, I don't mess around when it comes to wiring. I just don't. That's a really stupid reason to be out of a demolition derby, is wiring. And it's embarrassing to me, at least. If I was out because of a wiring issue, that would be embarrassing to me, because I know better. And so that's just one thing I have to say. Sometimes crap does happen, like a throttle body position sensor or whatever might go out on like a newer Impala. I had a guy that ended up having an issue with that. You know, sometimes sensors do go out. This car had a fuel pump die just as it was about ready to be derbied. And, you know, stuff like that. Sometimes that crap happens. But if I can avoid it at all costs, that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, that's enough rambling about wiring. So no, I'm not scared of wiring, and you guys shouldn't be either, if you guys are willing to do the time to research and use resources to figure out how to read wiring diagrams. If you can get those wiring diagrams, there are ways to get wiring diagrams. Charm.ly, charm.li, that's a free all data. From way back all the way up to like 2012, 2013. You can get diagrams for cars for free. It's basically all data. So like I said, they're out there. You can get them. So anyway, let's move on to something else other than wiring. I know some of you guys are gonna be like, I don't want to talk about wiring. Some of you really hate it. Let's go ahead and talk about the interior. This interior is now pretty well stripped. We got only a few more things to do in here. Got to take out the few more dash pieces. Got the back seat backing out there, and obviously a passenger seat, carpet. But yeah, it's pretty well close to done as far as stripping goes. Now, I got to get a cage in this thing and a fuel cell and all that, so have fun, me. That's going to be interesting. But luckily, all the doors do open, so that's kind of rare in a Regal. They like to get frozen shut after a while. And that's pretty much it for the interior. For the trunk, I'll talk about that in another video once I got it a little bit more done. I haven't even really touched it yet. This car is so freaking clean. But underneath the hood, we're getting there. As far as wiring goes, this hose, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up cutting this pipe somewhere down there, and I'm going to try to actually twist this whole thing up a little bit, cut this hose right here, and try to reconnect it and have it going through here, somewhere around this area, and leave slack in this hose, because if I leave slack in that, that's going to be good, because if this motor starts flopping around, at least it won't immediately tear this hose off. If it's really flopping, then, you know, it is what it is. It's going to happen, but by the time it's flopping that much, other stuff is going to get destroyed. Probably, anyway. So we got some good progress underneath the hood here. Obviously the wiring's been moved. Got the coil pack sitting up there. Up front here, got pretty clean. I got to tuck all of this wiring back up in there. You guys can see it's just free floating in place right now. Got some grounds to reconnect, but we're doing pretty good as far as that goes. I got another set of tires to put on this, which is good news. I already got donuts on the back, so once again, we're good there. So yeah, where is this thing going? Well, good question. I don't really know yet. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna have more updates on this thing, and hopefully we'll be getting this thing done pretty quick. It's all gonna depend on when it's done and stuff like that. And because we've been also working on the Lumina, and that's why I spent the last couple days doing, and it's turned out pretty good, guys. So stay tuned for a video on the Lumina coming soon. And so that's pretty much all I got for you this video. So thank you guys for watching. I know it was kind of a drag a little bit, but you know, a lot of rambling, but I kind of wanted to let you guys in on a few things and what's going on and some of my reasoning. So like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I always appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye, everybody.